Okay guys, today's video is going to be on the BK KNG M150 and some real useful little tech tools that they have built into it that are really helpful, and I just wanted to go over them and demonstrate how they work. To start off with, I want to talk about the display and how it has a lot of options, and the first one that I like to do is alternate from my channel name to my frequency, so that I can see at any time what frequency I'm on. When you're transmitting, the frequency will change to the transmit frequency if it's different from your receive. So that's step number one. Number two is going to be the on the second line. I like to have it's called receive subaudible, and it's basically a PL tone decoder. And if I come over here on my my audio generator for my PL, it's not a real frequency counter. It goes in PL steps. So if I'm at 162 and I start creeping up, it'll and I'm right now at 164. It'll go back and forth between the two legitimate PLs of 162.2 and 167.9, and as I get close to the 167.9, it'll lock on it. So it lets you know when you're close enough to one and when you're in that tri-state area. So that's a pretty cool thing to have. And so let me show you how it can now do. I'm going to use the portable to do the digital transmissions, and show you how it can also display the NAC and alternate with the talk group ID. So there we got we're showing a NAC of 048, talk group ID, and the unit ID below it. Now I have the radio programmed for F7E NAC, which is like carrier squelch in the digital world, and it'll show me any NAC or any talk group ID coming in. If it's a different NAC, you won't even see it. It won't even show you that there is traffic. You'll just see you'll see a signal indicator, and that's it. So let me change to a different frequency here, and I'll show you how let's see the different NAC. Now we're at NAC 49. So once again, that's line number 2, and you want to make that receive subaudible. It doesn't say subaudible / NAC, but it does do both the PL tone and the NAC code. So the next one I want to show you is the line 3, and that's I have it programmed for DTMF, and I'll show you, give you a burst here, and you can see it gives you the DTMF decode there, and it'll as long as there's carrier, it'll stay up and won't drop it. As soon as the carrier drops, it'll after a few seconds of timeout, it'll blank off, and you'll lose the decode there. But anyway, that's line 3 that I have for the that alternates between DTMF and the unit ID. So that's a good one to have. The next thing I wanted to show you was on the channel change. It's just it's a cool feature, especially to some of the users. If you want to get them as
72 play.
You can program the channels to enunciate, so that when you change the channel,
72 vol.
It'll announce what channel it's on. So that's almost worth a video in itself. It's a whole process there that it got in the RES programming, but it's really cool, and you can customize it, do your own recordings, text to speech, whatever your pleasure is there. But anyway, the next thing that I wanted to show you is discriminator audio. So If you're wanting to see real discriminator audio coming out of the radio, it lies to you and tells you can look at it on the speaker, but you can't. It filters everything going to the speaker. However, on pin 6 of the DB25 connector is your audio out, and that's where your low-level discriminator audio out, and that's where you're actually going to be able to see your real raw discriminator output. But you have to go into a particular mode to see it, and you have to program the radio to have this function. It's called Discriminator Monitor, and I'll show you how it works. You have to be on a analog only receive channel. It cannot be mixed mode. Mixed mode will not work for this. But if it's a regular analog channel, it'll work, and I'll show you how. I'll go ahead and generate here, and right now I'm generating a PL down here, this 168.9 at 300 kilohertz. 300 hertz. But when I'm looking on my oscilloscope here at the audio out. However, you can't see any PL because it's filtered off. As a matter of fact, if I come over here and I blow it up, this kind of gives you the visual of well, hey, why can't I see the PL? It's because it's being filtered. If you do want to see the unfiltered discriminator out, what you do is you come over to your menu and you go into monitor mode, and you go all the way down to what's called open, and then hit it, and now it'll take all those filters off and let you see the true discriminator output with in this case you can see the PL. It also takes off the pre-emphasis so that you wouldn't see your high frequency tones attenuated. You'll see a nice flat response going across the whole thing. But anyway, that's the discriminator audio output function, and like I said, it works pretty cool. So the next thing I wanted to show you was the signal strength meter, which is this little indicator up here in the upper left hand corner, and it's really handy because it's fairly calibrated. I mean, it's not dead on the money, but it's really close, and I'll show you how it works here. Any signal above 100 will register the full bars, but once you hit 100, it'll start cranking down. So here I'm at 100 and dBm on the input. So I'll start turning it down, and you'll see how my bars drop off correspondingly here. So I'm at 100 now, and let's start cranking down. And there we went right at 102, 101 there, down to 3 bars. And I keep cranking here, and 110 there, 111. I've dropped down now to 2 bars, and if I keep on going down, right there at 118, I've dropped down to 1 bar now, and it'll stay at 1 bar all the way down until it squelches. We'll crank it back up here. Here's 2, 3, and then 4 at 100. So that's a really convenient thing to have, especially because out in the field, your test equipment, the service monitor here, can't test levels down here at these kind of levels. It's just not sensitive enough for it. So great little tool to have, to keep in mind that you got at all times on your signal strength meter. All right, the next thing I wanted to show you was, let's get up here and turn the monitor back off. A really cool menu button that one of my coworkers, Tom, discovered, and it's got all kinds of neat little features, and I just wanted to show you one of them here. So what you want to do is you want to go into the menu and you come up here, and it's called System Tests. So we enter here, and you can scroll up and down this thing. It's got all kinds of neat things. It'll go speaker stress tests, where it'll sit there and just repeat its name over and over. I guess if you just wanted a continuous audio source, if you're looking for something, you didn't have to rubber band something. But anyway, I wanted to show you this one, which is the receive bit error rate test. And if we go into it here, normally to do this kind of test, you would need to have a service monitor that has the P25 function on it. However, if you do happen to have a portable like we have right here, you can do a reverse test, and it's really cool. Let me show you how that works. So this one, this radio right now is sitting in receive mode, and it's waiting for a particular digital pattern to come into it that it has pre-programmed, and it analyzes that pattern, and any discrepancies it gives as a percentage, what we call the bit error rate there. So I can create that pattern with my portable here. If I go into the system test and I do a transmit bit error rate, and now I'm transmitting on my portable, I'm sending out that pattern, and as you can see, my bit error rate dropped to 0.00%, which is exactly what it should be. If you see anything here at all, then you know you have some kind of logic problem that's got nothing to do with the RF world. So I'll turn it off there. You can see the bit error rate slamming back up. Turn it back on one more time, and there it is. And it's giving the test there for it. And you can see when it transmitted, it is on 151.4225. So yeah, really cool feature. And now you can reverse this and make this the transmitter and this the receiver if you want. But yeah, so those are some really cool features, and just keep that in mind. You almost have like a little miniature service monitor with your portable here. So, all right, guys, hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon.